Hello, my sisters and brothers in Christ. We continue in this faith journey and in a special way get back to the basics. We know in this new year, January 2024, we're trying to engage the community here a little bit more to just to desire the Lord, a relationship with Christ and the church, and really just to grow in a deeper devotion, especially with the Eucharist. And we have an awesome experience this upcoming week. And if you remember at Mass, I was really just trying to encourage all of us to take a look with that lens, specifically at the young church. And so we have an awesome exhibition coming here in honor of Blessed Carlo Acutis. Carlo was a young man born initially in England. His family moved to Italy. And as he was growing up, started to hear conversations around him with his friends who were connected to a parish and a church. His family was not really a practicing Catholic family, and yet he had questions, said, are we Catholic? Motivated them enough to say, hey, let's go to Mass. I want to receive my first Holy Communion. And the beauty of this young man is he inspired not only his family, but many other people to have a deeper friendship and relationship with the Lord and the church, and most importantly, in a very, very special way, with the Eucharist. And that's what we're lifting up. I can't speak for you, but I have family members, especially my nieces and nephews. Sometimes we're looking around, they're on the computer watching the YouTube and video games and on their phones and such. And so often we want to say, hey, get out there in the playground, get out there with the fresh air, or even get to church. Well, what's interesting about this young man, Carlo Acutis, he was not much different than any of our young folks, middle school and high school kids, definitely involved with the phones and the computers. He actually created a website for a school project, and it was investigating the Eucharistic miracles that were throughout the world. So I actually have it up right here. So it's the miracles list of the Eucharistic miracles of the world. And so Carlo, what he did was, in his life, his desire to have a deeper friendship and relationship with the Lord, and especially to lift up the Eucharist, he encouraged, challenged his family members and friends. And then he developed a very rare form of leukemia, which took his life at 15 years old. So he was born in 1991. He dies in 2006. And when they started to look at his life, it wasn't just like, oh, did this kid just kind of make some website and that's what we're honoring? No, what he did was he really he lived a life that was virtuous, that was again pursuing and a desire for a friendship with God, and it inspired others. And in so doing, we look at this young soul, this young man who did just that, and encouraged those around him. And in that journey to like sainthood, you begin with what's called servant of God, then it becomes venerable servant of God, then it becomes blessed, which is where he's at, and then he becomes a saint. And so when we think about that, like servant of God or venerable servant of God, we look at their lives and say, there's something different about this person. We lift that up, we hold that up. And then eventually when we come to the place of blessed, people call on the intercession of the saints, or those who have gone before us, and they have accredited that specific intention or prayer for Carlo that brought about the healing of a young boy in Brazil, a 4-year-old. And there's other stories of miraculous transformations of lives that haven't come to the exact miracle yet, but they've inspired the young church. That's what we're doing here. We're trying to get the young church fired up. So on Friday night at 6:30, we'll gather here at St. William the Abbot from 6:30 to 8:30. So if you're in middle school, 6th grade to high school, 12th grade, and you want to come and learn a little bit more about this young man, the Eucharistic miracles that he displayed and created on his website, and just really how to live one or more of those lives of pursuing holiness. That will be Friday night, 6:30 to 8:30, and then on Saturday, from 1 to 4:30, it's for the whole parish to come out. We'll see the displays, the stories, these Eucharistic miracles, and learning a little bit more about this young man. So I encourage you, let's tell the young church. You got kids, you got grandkids, you got godchildren, nieces and nephews. Let's encourage them to come out on Friday night from 6th to 12th grade, and then on Saturday from 1 to 4:30 to have this encounter with this faith, how this young man inspired others, and hopefully will do the same thing for us here at St. William the Abbot. So we'll see you then.